What's up, guys? Nostal-Gi-Oh here, and we've got some big news for Master Duel. I'm sure you've already heard a whole bunch of this stuff, but we're going to be looking a little more deep into it. We're going to be looking at every card and the archetypes that are in this next set. Still going to be a pretty short video. However, a lot of information is dropping on us right now, and it's pretty wild. So we've got a lot of things. We got new animations of cards that are not out yet and are not even going to be in this next update. However, they will be coming soon. We have things like, just in this future card animation, so we have the Brave Engine, Water Enchantress. We have Fluanderee's archetype. We have Lord of Heavenly Prison. We have DPE that is coming soon. And we've got like the new Sue Ship stuff. We've got Ching Ying that I think will be in this next set. And the new Evil Twin stuff. So a lot of stuff to cover, and the Punk Engine. So a lot of stuff we're going to be covering in this video. I do have Master Duel updating right now. That's why I have like the song in the background. You guys can hear it. Boom. You see it? Hey, there it is. Oh, wait. There it is. So it's done, but we're going to be... I'll look at that in a moment. We're using it for background music right now. But yeah, let's start delving into these leaks. Pretty crazy stuff. Now, I did already talk future card animations. We have the Brave Engine. If you don't know what this engine is, it's insane. It's very consistent. It's essentially an Omni Negate as your first thing you do. You put down a Griffin. It's like a special summon guy, and this card searches the spell that enables it, and then the spell summons a token, and then you activate a spell, and then you search a guy. And I'm not gonna go over the entire Brave Engine right now. But like most players know it now from like the TCG. But if you only play Master Duel, it's essentially a Omni Negate before you do anything that requires you to not use the effect of any normal summon monsters this turn. So not every deck will be able to utilize it, but decks like Prank Kids, Phantom Knight, Rose Dragon, Tenyi, Crazy, Synchro deck, all those decks can use it. There's a lot more decks that can use it, guys. Like so many decks that can use it, but a lot of decks can't. Like things like Fluanderee's and Alistair, like your Invoke decks and stuff. A lot of decks can't use it, but a lot of decks can take advantage of it, and it's pretty crazy. So that's the biggest thing, but it's not coming in this next update most likely. Our next update is going to be DPE and Sword Soul stuff, so that's what we're going to be really focusing on in the video. I did want to go ahead and say that Brave is coming soon, though. Also, Lord of Heavenly Prison is a really good card for like Eldritch decks, and Fluanderee's is a really strong archetype that's really annoying, but it's really good, and that's also coming soon, but I don't think that's in this next update. So yeah, this is a bunch of cards. Here's the cards. Is this a list? Yeah, this is a list of the cards that we're going to be most likely getting in this next pack. Now, I am gonna go ahead and preface this with, this is all leaks. We don't have a full card list right now that's guaranteed. So not all these cards might actually be in here, but all these cards seem like they're going to be in this next pack, like in the next selection pack. It's a selection pack. I'll scroll down so you can see it. Here it is, Leaks new selection pack. Oh, perfect. That's a lot better. Okay. Okay. So, as far as the actual selection pack, the actual Leaks selection pack, we have confirmed new cards in the pack, which is DPE. This card is insane. This, I'm gonna make my an entire video on this card, its ability in Master Duel and everything, probably tomorrow. But yeah, this card's insane. It's insane. You'll read it and be like, is this really insane? And then you'll see it, and yeah, it's really insane. You can, any two monsters essentially makes this, because you make Predaplant, Anaconda Vert, or Predaplant Vert, Anaconda, and then you send Fusion Destiny from your deck, and then you send Celestial and Dasher from your deck, summon this guy, and then next turn, if you wipe your hand onto 0, you can banish Celestial and Dasher and draw 2. So it's like this quick play pop every turn that comes back, non-targeting pop, as well as the potential to draw to the next turn, or any time following. So yeah, this card is insane. It's going to change the whole game. It's going to change the whole meta. A lot of decks are going to utilize this card, when a lot of decks are going to be pushed out of the meta because they can't utilize this card. It's that powerful of a card. Yeah, I mean, if you guys play regular TCG, you know that it's 75% of decks are playing it right now, and the other 25% of decks are weird decks that can't utilize this card. But yeah, it's pretty insane. Next, we have the Punk Engine, which is pretty cool, but this card isn't that insane. It's good for the Punk deck probably, but I don't even know what the Punk deck does. I just know the Punk Engine is really good. It makes Hauki Fibrax very efficiently, off of an E-Tally, which is at 3 in the real game and 2 in Master Duel, which is still having 2 is a lot. Next we play the Qingying. This is a really powerful sync 10 that you can utilize very efficiently in the Sword Soul deck, which we are supposedly getting all of it. We have the Longyan here, Sword Soul, Taiye, and Moye. The only thing missing is going to be the one level 10 synchro, but we already have Baron and Qingying, so it's not going to be too bad. Yeah, but that new card is like really good. And then the other card here is going to be Masquerade, the Blazing Dragon. This card is actually very strong for the Despia archetype. Of course, we don't have everything for Despia. That makes it like the beast that is in current Yu-Gi-Oh! Guardian Chimera is not going to be in the game. We also, I just realized how shiny my lips are. I just put on chapstick, just in case you were wondering. I just lost my train of thought. Oh, Branded. We don't have Branded Fusion. We do have Albert. We have the Masquerade. Now we'll have a good bit of the archetype, you know, with the new cards we get Branded Red most likely. So just like the deck is going to get a lot better with this. I mean, it's good because it was poopy. Despia was like barely even playable really in the current game. Like you can use it with other things like Thunder Dragon and stuff, but it's still not really good, right? This will make it like good. Like it'll make it good. It's not that crazy though. It'll make it good. And then the last guy here that is confirmed new cards is Lord of the Heavenly Prison, which is really good. You can reveal this guy, and then while it's revealed, you can reveal it like till the end of the your opponent's turn. And then while it's revealed, your set cards on the field can't be destroyed by card effects. So you know you reveal this set 5, and your opponent can't just like Feather Duster. You'd be like, oh, you got me. Oh, you got me. But they can still Cosmic things, so evenly matched. These cards aren't really that played right now, though, but they can't, like, Blind Twin Twister. But it only hits your set cards, so if you reveal this and then you activate Skill Drain, they can still pop the Skill Drain. Stuff like that. But it's really good. And then its other effect is crazy also. If a set Spell or Trap card is activated, that's it, you can special summon this card from your hand, and then if you activated this effect, you can set a Spell or Trap from your deck, but banish it during the end phase of the next turn. But this is crazy. There's a lot of things that you can do. You can set Vanity's Emptiness. It's a 1. You can set Skill Drain. It's a, you know, it's there. You can do that. You can set, is IO in the game? We still have 1 Imperial Order. You can set an Imperial Order, guys. Like, what? Like, I don't know. This card's wild, dude. You can even just, like, set Pot of Prosperity or something. Like, if you want, like, consistency the next turn. It's really good. Like, that's really good. All these cards are really good. Maybe not this one as much, but it's cool, right? Like, the Punk deck's still cool. But yeah, these cards are all really good and are going to change the game. The game is actually going to see a change this time, which is cool. We have Denier for the Destiny Hero stuff. It's pretty cool with Malicious. You make this from Fusion Destiny, send Denier in the Malicious, and that's pretty strong. We got the Punk cards. These cards are really strong. Basically, the Punk engine plays 2 of this, 1 of this, and sometimes 1 of this, and sometimes 1 of the Spider Girl that isn't here for some reason. But really what you do is you can either normal summon this or E-Telly this, and then this guy is pay 600 to add Foxy Tune, and then Foxy Tune is discard itself and then as cost, and then discard another card, and then special summon a Punk from your deck. So basically, and this is a tuner, so basically what you do is you normal summon this, search this, you discard this, and then another card, and then you special summon another copy of Xiamen, or the other one if you want to play Bricks in your deck. You special this guy, and then you have 2 monsters off of an E-Telly. Not using your normal summon, you can still do Brave combo, and then you just link the 2 in Hauki Fibrax, and then, yeah, it's a 1-card Hauki Fibrax from E-Telly or normal summon Xiamen. So it's pretty crazy. Then we have the Sword Soul cards. If you don't know what the Sword Soul cards do, they're pretty good. They just, like, spam out. So, like, all of them have the first effect to make a token, which is a tuner. And then, and you can only synchro summon while that tuner is on the field. So you can't, like, normal summon this, make the guy, and go into Hauki Fibrax. It's not that simple. But you still go normal summon Moye, special summon the level 4 tuner, and then you sync into a level 8 synchro, which this is the one of choice most of the time. This one's really good. It's a negate on field, a negate a monster effect on the field by banishing a Sword Soul card from your grave, or a worm from your grave. And then it also, on summon of synchro summon, you can search a Sword Soul card. So you can get yourself one of these cards, the Longyan, or the Blackout, which is basically an Icarus attack. So all these cards are really good. And then you have this one, which is banish a card, or banish a Sword Soul card or a worm from your grave to summon the token. And then this one is discard a worm or Sword Soul card, special summon itself in a token. And then they just like make a big synchro. But the cool thing is, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! These cards have multiple effects. This one, whenever it's synchroed with, you draw a card. So this becomes, normal summon, reveal a worm or a Sword Soul card in hand. Very, very difficult to cost to do. Normal summon this, summon a token, sink them into Chi-Xiao. Chi-Xiao is going to go ahead and search Icarus attack or Long-Yon, and then you're going to draw a card. It's a very, very powerful normal summon. It gives you a negate, as well as a draw a card, as well as a searched either extender or an Icarus attack. Very, very good. You also have Taie, whose second effect is Foolish Burial for the archetype, and then or Worms, which is crazy with Tenyis. And then you have Long-Yon, which burns 1200 when it's synchroned with. Not too crazy, but it does add up, and it's really good. You have this 10 guy who's really, really big, and every time you banish a card, you can banish a card on the field, non-targeting, so it's really strong with cards like Snow. There's other interactions that make it very strong, and it's also very strong, like breaking up ward. You make this guy, and then you banish a card, and then you banish another card, and it's pretty crazy. It also gets really, really big. It gains 100 attack and defense for each monster, and your monster your opponent control lose attack and defense for each bench card. Each bench card. Both players. It's crazy. That guy's huge. And then, you know, if it would die, if a card is, where's the other effect? This card has 3 effects. If this card would be destroyed by a card effect, you'll banish 1 card from your graveyard instead. And then it triggers that because then you banish the card, then you can banish the card on the field. The card's just a really strong card. But you can also just, you know, special summon this and make Baron de Fleur, which is very strong as well. So typical end boards of this Sword Soul deck is going to be Chi-Xiao, Baron, and the Sword Soul Blackout. That's like the bare minimum, and that's like what you don't really want to be doing, but like it's still like 2 negates and Icarus attack, and then like that's all off of like 1 card and a discard basically, which is pretty crazy. Not to mention they have a Rhoda and a Monster Reborn that are both searchable through this. So it's pretty crazy. The deck's really good. So really, to sum up all of these new cards that we're getting in this next pack, we're getting DPE, which is going to change the name of the game. It's going to change a lot of decks. Oh, also, I didn't mention this. Sword Soul has a Lone Fire Blossom. That's a quick effect and Cyber Dragon. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty good. Anyway, to sum up the whole thing, DPE is coming to the game, which is really, really powerful. Obviously, it's very, very powerful. It's going to change a lot of games. It's also just going to make the whole game, the higher ceiling of the game insane. Because, you know, typical decks go normal summon, your opponent hand traps you, and you're like, dang. And then you know, go for plan B, and then they hand trap you again, or your second guy doesn't actually do anything, it's just a body, and then you make Vert. So, like, it's crazy because it's always a plan B, but it can also be, like, an incredibly strong thing to end your plan A. So, like, really it's just going to make boards stronger, but it also adds resilience to decks. Because, like, you know, your first plan fails, oh, any 2 monsters makes this broken card. It's like an Orcus combo. Some of you guys aren't even old enough to know the Orcus combo. That's not even that old. And then we have the Punk engine, which is going to be really good for certain decks. There's going to be a lot of like pile-y decks that just like make Hulk and use Brave when Brave comes. But that's not here yet. But this is going to help a lot of decks. Punk will help just like a bunch of decks in general. I'm most excited for it for Virtual World because there's a really cool Punk combo, Punk Virtual World combo. It's really insane, ends on a really strong board. And it's wild, and you can even scythe people if you want. It's just really fun. And then we get Sword Soul, which is a really powerful new archetype that's going to be used a lot. A lot of people are going to play it. We have support for Despia, which is really cool because that deck sucks right now and really needs that extra cards, and it's getting them, which is really cool. And then we have Lord of Heavenly Prison, which directly supports Eldritch deck the most, and then any real decks that like set 5. True Draco could use this card. Yeah, fairly efficiently. But yeah, like this card's cool. It's just cool. So, and Denier. That's really the big reveals that we have so far. There's other cards that we might get. I don't even know what this is. This is another pack that we might get, I guess, but is this old? This is old. I think that's old. So yeah, a lot of stuff. Now let's talk about anything else in here that is worth talking about. I thought there was something else. Oh, there's a structure deck that's coming that I don't know. It's cybernetic. I don't know. It's probably not going to be that big of a deal. Might be cool. Might give us some staples or something. And then we have a card bundle, which is a pretty big deal. If this comes, like how like the Ash and stuff were at first, Imperm, Nib, and Droplet, they're all really good cards that you should definitely want in your collection. So this will be really nice for that. But it is unfortunate for a lot of players that already crafted a bunch. I do hope I really wish they would just like give you like 30 ultra rare tokens instead. If you already have them. I hope that's a feature that maybe they'll add. Maybe they'll add that. And I really hope they do add that because I already have 3 Nibs on one account. I have 3 Droplets on one account. And I only have 1 Imperm on both accounts. So the Imperm will be really nice. I just have it on both accounts for the Crossout Designator. But I would really like a second one on all those accounts. So that'd be cool. Now, the last thing that I do want to mention is potential cards that you're going to want in the future. With the Brave engine coming to the game, you're going to want it becomes a wanting multiple hand traps version of the game, which is unfortunate because, and hold on, I'm about to sneeze. I paused the video to sneeze, and it was a really bad one. It made my whole body ache a little bit. But we're good. All's good. We've got the Brave engine coming to the game eventually, and when it does, it becomes a 2-hand trap format. You're going to have to play a lot of hand traps, and they're all ultra rare. So you're going to have to, save ultra rares. What I think at this point is, I think it's fairly safe to, go into this because this has a lot of really useful things, and, you should definitely buy all these. However, then after you get all this stuff that you're satisfied with, save every gem. Don't make a weird deck for fun. Don't do that because when Brave comes, it's going to be expensive for Brave, and if you don't want to play Brave, you're going to need a lot of hand traps, and you're going to want to play Bells for the Despia deck that's going to come soon. You're going to want it for the DPE, stuff like that. But more importantly, you're going to want Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. That card is going to be very, very strong when Brave comes. We've seen it in the TCG. That card shot up in price as well as usability, and that card, price wouldn't change in here because it's whatever, it's still just 30 ultra rare tokens, but in this game you're gonna want multiple, and that's a lot of ultra rares. So really what I'm saying is you should probably just save once after you feel successful with this. And obviously you can go if you're casual and stuff, whatever, but it becomes a very high hand trap amount of a very high amount of hand trap format, and I think it's best to save ultra rares for that. Anyway, that is it for the video. We talked about a lot of stuff here in this video. It's a lot of information to take in, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and yeah, have a good day. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that. If you buy TCG affiliate cards, I have the link in the description. Yeah, woo, Yugi Tuber. All right, bye.